The Volvo Cars experience is electrifying. Driven by design with Google built-in and impressive performance. 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.7 seconds with Volvo fully electric vehicles. Visit volvocars.com/US to learn more.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least that was the plan. Except now the Dastardly Desk Clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want your connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
And I had 2 young kids at the time as well. And so all of a sudden, we're up in my kids' room, we're putting them to bed, and the light next to one of the kids' beds just explodes, just bursts. And I'm like, okay, I can't explain that one away. And so I was like, well, I'm gonna call an electrician and see what they say. So I call an electrician, he comes out, looks at the inside of the house. He's like, everything looks good, it must be on the outside. So I call up our local, electric company. They come out, check all the lines, and they're like, no, everything's good out here. Must be in the house. So now they're pointing the finger at each other. And so I'm like, okay, something crazy is going on here. And so it starts to escalate a little bit, and we would start to get physically touched at night. Start to get physically touched at night.
The history of our Earth is so different from what we can imagine.
Enjoy the journey.
The Smithsonian, and if they found out about a large skeleton somewhere, was to go get it.
I'm going to assume at least one person is right, because if one person's right, it busts the paradigm.
It all goes back to the fallen cherub. And the problem with the modern day church, they have a very truncated view of the supernatural.
This backdrop that's just pregnant with all kinds of meaning associated with this Mount Hermon event.
Welcome to Blurry Creatures.
And this guy defects from the kingdom. That's a big deal.
All right, welcome back to Blurry Creatures. We're at that age where we own homes. We were renters at one point. Now we're trying to get some real estate, but
full dad mode, baby. Full dad mode.
Sometimes you buy a house and you get a little more than you bargained for. It comes with some
critters. Yeah, a couple critters. There's some squatters that maybe don't want to leave.
I know we're making jokes and laughing because sometimes we try to make some of these topics lighthearted because they are kind of heavy. But a lot of people, as you know, buy a haunted house and they don't know what to do. And this is one of those stories where, our guest today goes through all the avenues to try to figure out what to do. And all the, typical avenues. Oh, get some oil or pray over it. And it seems to be there's something else going on there. So, we appreciate the members out there that support our show and listen to our show and give us their stories. But this is kind of helpful. I think if you have a haunted house or you know someone who does, this might be the episode for them. But it's interesting. For sure.
Very interesting, because I just feel like this is like the quintessential, as we said in the recording, a quintessential sort of horror story, right? Is that there's all of these movies and films, and even our childhood films that revolve around, a haunted house. That there's something that is spirit and entity that's there, right? That it's even a ride at Disneyland, which shouldn't be surprising to anyone if you've gotten this far on the show. That it is a haunted house, right? And it's sort of become almost cartoonish, but the reality is that a lot of people, a lot of folks deal with what we sort of refer to as hauntings in the homes that they live in, that they buy, that maybe their grandparents lived in, whatever it is. There are a lot of these stories. People just don't tell anyone. I think that's what Alex, who's our guest today, kind of says. I run across ton of people now that have had a similar story. They just don't tell anybody because it's terrifying. And so this is one of those stories. You buy a house and you find out that it's got some occupants that come along with it.
Yeah, I like this one too because it's also kind of outlines the progression of faith that a lot of people have. Is that they start out with very, very loose faith. Like, our guest today even said, he didn't really know if God was still active today. And then by the end, he's doing his own deliverance ministry, because once you start to believe people's stories and then you have an experience of your own, it changes your life for better. Even though at the time it feels like you're being tortured, it makes you a better person, and you come out and you grow. And I think that's a big part of our show. That's what we're trying to do here, is bring awareness to these things, not to glorify them, but to help people and to kind of equip us, all of us, to go out there and do something about it. And so appreciate you guys out there who support the show, make this happen. Luke and I spend a lot of time and effort producing the content here. And if you want to get access to extra content to help keep the lights on Blurry Creatures, you can go to blurrycreatures.com/members, become a member of the show, support what we do, get access to all kinds of bonus content. And we are actually moving to new platforms soon that will allow even Spotify listeners to listen.
Have their own private feed, and then it's gonna be complete facelift upgrade of our back end. So accessibility, integration, all of the above. We've got of course, if you're a member, you get access to all of our extra content, extra members only episodes. You get ad-free episodes, you get early releases on our episodes, private members channels, members chats. We do chats on in Zoom, our Google Meet with our members, where we
did one last night.
We just talk about blurry things. That one last night, right? We do movie nights with our gold members, where we all watch a movie together and we have a running chat. Of course, you get discounts on merch, and then of course all of our events. You get whether it be BlurryCon, Costa Rica, a trip to Peru last year with Tim Alvarino. All of those events are ticketed through our members page and never get out of there. So, if you'd like to do something with us in person, the best way to ensure you can do that is to become a member as well. So. We're grateful. This is what keeps the lights on and keeps things going. This is what takes care of our families, and it's a beautiful and wonderful community that's come around this strange little podcast, Nate, and we are just as grateful to be stewards of this, and that you trust us with this work.
That's right. Like Luke said, we got Costa Rica coming up soon. If you want to get tickets to that, become a member so you don't miss out on the opportunity to get tickets to that. And appreciate you guys again for supporting the show. And we're going to keep finding those stories. If you have a blurry story, you have something happen to you that you think is blurry, send us an email, info@blurrycreatures.com, and maybe we'll get you on the show and you can express your experiences to maybe get some support and have people believe you. And maybe sometimes that's all you need. Yeah. Maybe Dan Duvall isn't so wild after all, Luke.
Maybe.
And those listening to this one, you'll know what we're talking about by the end of the episode. But again, blurrycreatures.com/members. Become a member. Help support the show. Thank you. Let's get Alex on this one.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least that was the plan. Except now the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want your connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
This episode is brought to you by Tic Tac. Close your eyes and take a ride with new Tic Tac Citrus Adventure. Awaken your senses with harmonies of sour and tangy fruit flavors. Picture the vibrant trio of mandarin, lemon, and lime as each flavor mingles to create a refreshing symphony. Pick up a pack and dive into new Tic Tac citrus adventure. Visit @Tic Tac USA on social to share the good vibes.